let it rain. Hall of Fame. Every word's a heavyweight swing. Hall of Fame. Built on blood, sweat, and pain. Hall of Fame. Put respect on the game. Put respect on the game. From the grind to the glow, every scar got a story, every win you already know. No gimmicks, no smoke, just the truth when we speak. If it moves the culture, we the ones you should seek. They been watching the climb, now they hear the voice. When legends talk legacy, they ain't really a choice. Hall of Fame. This ain't hype, this is fact. Hall of Fame. Every era intact. Hall of Fame. Past, present collide. Hall of Fame. Forever certified. Certified, 5 times solidified. Brad Gilmore verified. Voice of the fight, amplified. Of his legacy, we testify. Of his greatness, we let it fly. History don't whisper, it speaks when we arrive. Hall of Fame. Hall of Fame. Hall of Fame. Legends never change.
Live from Houston, Texas, and around the world. It's time to get your champagne wishes and caviar dreams. Welcome inside the Hall of Fame. Now, can you dig that?
Boom! Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame, y'all. I'm Booker T, 6-time world champ, two-time Hall of Fame. I got my man Brad Gilmore here with me as well, man. I want to thank you guys. The people for stepping inside the Hall of Fame. I'm talking about right here, inside the Hall of Fame. Get your champagne wish, caviar dreams, man. Bradley, how you feel, man? How you feel? Because I feel good. I know. You know what I mean? I'm at the Toyota Center. You know what I mean? I'm prime time. Prime time all over the country. You know what I mean? So now I'm feeling good today.
I know. I know you were personally invited by your boy Sean Strickland, right? Like y'all are boys, right? That's how you got those tickets. That's how you got that.
I saw a post that said everyone knows Booker T is a Republican.
You know what I thought? You know what would have been a better tweet? Everyone knows Booker T's a big Strickland fan.
What the hell?
There's a couple of them out there that you really like.
Oh, man.
Whether that's Sean, whether that's Swerve. Yeah, you're a big time GOPer.
You're right about that. Oh, man. But no, man, I had a great time this weekend, man. I want to thank my boy Chuck, Charles Rice, for hooking me up with the I'm talking about the VIP treatment. I'm talking about the royal treatment. I'm talking about roll out the red carpet. I'm talking about good food, good drink, good time. You can't beat that. In this life, I recommend this, guys. Go out and have some fun at least once in your life. I'm serious. It feels good. The dopamines. Because when you're in that environment, it feels, like, man, everything's like this, like awesome, just great, like you're on a cloud. And then you get back home and you got to face the kids. back to reality. Right back to reality.
Right back to it. You think you're somebody. And then
you realize you ain't nobody. You ain't nobody but dad. So it definitely is a wake-up call. But no, man, had a great time. I want to thank everybody who had a part, like I said, hooking me up with great accommodations, great seats, cage side, two rows from the cage. Literally, like when we went to go see Dada 5000 and Kimbo Slice back in the day. It was so awesome. The field, you could, when you're in that fight surrounding, you could cut it with a knife, man. You could feel it. And what was really cool about this was when we were on the way into the arena to our seats, we had to take like a detour and whatnot, and we went right by the fighters' locker room, and they're in there stretching, and whatnot. We're like, whoa, we are backstage. But no, man, it was cool, man. And Fluffy Hernandez, is that should we start there?
Sure. I mean, we're on the topic.
I think we should start UFC Houston Fight Night. First of all, it was a sold out house. It was a sold out house inside Toyota, man. It made me feel, like back in the day, like it was, WWE times. But it felt so good to be in there as far as just the atmosphere. I'm sitting right next to Bun B and Trader Truth. He's on, flanking me on the right side. You know what I mean? Johnny Dang, you know what I mean? Got my 6, you know what I mean? Right behind me. So it was crazy, man. It felt so real. And the fight all night, from fight 1 all the way to the main event, nothing but bangers, man. Nothing but, head crackers, head knockers. I'm talking about, yeah, I'm serious. First round knockouts,
Bang.
Second, third round stoppages, like with Strickland. But man, it was a hell of a night. And like I said, the main event with Fluffy Hernandez against Sean Strickland. Strickland, he had a lot to say, man. He talked a big game. But I must say, man, he went in there and backed it up. And it was a different type of fight. I mean, this fight definitely showed me Sean Strickland's fight IQ. You could put his antics to the side for a second. Yeah. But as far as his fight IQ, man, it showed me this dude, he's playing with a full deck. He truly is. Because Sean Strickland normally is that fighter, just like with, certain fighters, he go in there and just walk him down, just try to walk him down. With Pereira, he tried to walk Pereira down. And bang, got hit and got stopped cold in his tracks. But with this guy, he was literally on his back foot the whole fight, moving backwards, just throwing punches, throwing that jab, right hand, jab, right hand. And the thing he is, I don't know, maybe 2-3 minutes in, he knew Fluffy could not wrestle him. that was out the question. He wasn't going to out-grapple him. He wasn't going to out-juke, none of that. That wasn't going to happen. So he knew it was going to be a stand-up fight. And then he just baited Hernandez. He literally baited him into just walking into a shot. And pretty much that was lights out. It was a wrap. After that, big knee, bing, 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 gaging, it's over.
Gaging, it's over. Yeah, I mean, he was on, like you said, he was on his back foot the whole time. Sean Strickland, I don't know. Where would you put his letter grade as a fighter? Because I'm just kind of up and down on him. Obviously, he's been to the mountaintop before. I don't feel like he's an A+ fighter. I don't even know if he's an A fighter. He could be a B+ guy, but I don't know. You were there and you saw him up close. You said his fight IQ is high. Where would you rank him letter grade wise?
Well, he beat Israel Adesanya.
He beat Izzy.
Quite convincingly, right?
Yes.
I think Sean Strickland is a styles make fights type of guy.
The right matchup, he excels.
Exactly. That's the way I see it. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty good at picking this kind of stuff, and that sounds pretty right, pretty close to I think what Sean Strickland would be at. He's a styles make fights type of guy.
I think that's a great way to put it.
Put him in there with the right guy, he can beat him any day of the week. That's just the way I see Sean Strickland.
I think it's a great way to put it, and some guys are like that, like some even in boxing or whatever. Sometimes they just have your number. Like Mike was sensational. But Mike couldn't get past Evander, right? Like the certain guys just have your number from a stylistic perspective. Yeah.
Exactly my point. Yeah.
And I think that Sean definitely falls into that category. And it's I got friends who work over there in the UFC, comms and PR team. So God bless you all having to deal with some of his press conferences and things of that nature and spinning it, because he's definitely, I guess he's full gimmick. I think he's leaning into it 100%. He said, "Hey, Colby Covington, what you were doing was real cute. I'm going to take it to another level, brother. You just stay right over there." But, all that aside, that's kind of that's the fight game. That's the fight game. You got to talk your way into the fight sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, I can't hate on the antics. I can to a certain degree.
Well, they're over the top, and I mean, I'm not someone who's easily offended, but sometimes I'm like, come on, brother.
They're overtly, racist in overtones in certain aspects, and that can rile you up. That can really rile you up. And as a fighter, you want your opponent riled as much as you possibly can. And like Sean Strickland said, he think Fluffy came in fighting off of a whole lot of emotion. He said Fluffy wanted to get him. You could see. And the thing is, I was sitting there, and it was myself and Charmel and AJ Francis, and I hit AJ and I said, AJ, look at Hernandez right now. And Hernandez eyes, he never took his eyes off of Strickland from when he was walking to the ring. He never took his eyes off of him. He was just intense rage. You could see it, just seething, and with emotion. But it may be perhaps that worked against him because he just kept walking into shots.
Yeah,
he just kept walking into him.
Well, I think when you, getting in the head, right? I mean, that's part of the fight game, and that's why I think like some of Sean Strickland, maybe all of them, are just like volume turned up. I'm gonna get under your skin, and be able to, kind of play some mind games with you and the media. I think he likes messing with the media intentionally. I don't love the stuff that he says.
The thing is, I think he gets a lot of flack too. He said one thing in the press conference that it sounded so. It had the sound of truth, and I could be wrong, but he was saying Fluffy had told him that he had flipped his daughter off. And he said, Fluffy, I didn't flip your daughter off. He said, don't you see all of these people out here booing me? He said, you think I'm going to be able to find your daughter and flip her off? I said, are you kidding me? So that right there, it sounded so true. He said, I feel like a butthole about this, and I got to apologize to his daughter.
That's real.
I swear to God, man.
That's
real. Sounds so real to me. And I go, wow, man, this guy playing both sides at the same time. Yeah, man. But nah, man, we got a lot to talk about, man. We got a lot to talk about here inside the Hall of Fame, guys. So stick with us here. We'll be back in a moment.
All right, guys. Brad Gilmore here from the Hall of Fame, here to keep it 100. Some men walk into a room like regular dudes, but when you've got Blue Chew in your corner, you walk in like it's a main event. I'm talking pyro, lights, smoke machines, a Titantron package, and your theme music blasting. Because Blue Chew just isn't a tablet, it's a cheat code for your crotch. Stronger, harder, longer lasting. Like somebody handed your downstairs a gym membership, a hype man, and a Hall of Fame ring all in one.
And let me tell you something right now, man. This ain't just about sex. This is about legacy. This is about making sure your third legacy gets remembered. Blue Chew is the original brand offering chewable tablets for better sex, shipped straight to your door, man, in a discreet package. You don't need to go to the doctor's office, man. You don't need to stand in line at a pharmacy. Just come ready to go.
Look, last time I tried one of Blue Chew's tablets, my hog got so confident it demanded its own Instagram account. It told me Missionary was off-brand and it was only doing extreme positions. I tried Blue Chew and suddenly my hog had a zip code, a driver's license, and voting rights. That's not just performance, that's a lifestyle.
Dog, for me, it felt like my parents were cutting promos on me, saying, we can't hold this man anymore. Somebody call security. It was like my entire lower half turned into a tag team championship, man. And my brother, sometimes it's not even about the action. It's about walking into the room knowing you're holding a steel chair under the table, man, ready to go whenever the bell rings.
Look, this just isn't a supplement. It's an erection resurrection. And the truth is, it's not about what happens in the bedroom. It's about knowing that you're that guy. You want to give her group chat something to talk about? You want to hear your name come up at brunch? Lay it down with Blue Chew's help. And believe me, they'll be talking about how it gets up.
And that's real talk, guys. You only get one career, one championship run, and one chance to etch your name in the history books. Don't leave your legacy to chance. Step into the ring with Blue Chew and become a legend.
And we've got a special deal for our listeners. As always, you get your first month of Blue Chew free. Just use promo code BOOKER at checkout and pay $5 for shipping. That's it. Join Blue Chew's mission to upgrade humanity one thrust at a time. Use promo code Booker, BOOKER, and head to BlueChew.com for details and safety information.
Want to thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the podcast. Now, can you dig that, sucker? That's right. That's right. You better get your son, man. You know what I mean? If you want to get in the game, I'm talking about. Hey, man, but now I want to.
Well, I want to give a big shout out to Blue Chew. You know, one of our official sponsors. Blue Chew Gold is their new line, their new pill that they got out there. 15 minutes, they say you're ready to go, and it's got 4 ingredients and something. I think it's called oxytocin.
Yeah,
it just sounds good.
Let me tell you something.
Promo code Booker, 10% off.
When it's got the tag gold on it, it's about checks and championships.
That's right.
Yeah, it's about cashing in and cashing in big time.
You take one of these, you'll really be able to hold that 10 pounds of gold. You know what I'm talking about?
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. But no, man, again, congratulations to Sean Strickland. Sean Strickland, he's turned into one of those guys like Muhammad Ali back in the day. You know, people used to just could not wait to see him lose when he was coming up. That's the comparison. That's the comparison.
I was about to say this is gonna be the wildest comparison of all time.
I mean, it's a perfect comparison. Perfect comparison. In his younger days, the Louisville Lip, that's what they call it, and they just could not. There's this one woman. She used to sit front row every time, and she finally met Muhammad, and she told Muhammad she come to see all of his fights, and he was thanking her. She said she just come to see his ass lose. You know, and there's so many people in the audience that was like that for Sean Strickland's fight. You know, they wanted him to lose, and that motivates you. That motivates you to want to go out there and win. So congratulations to Sean Strickland and his team going out there and having a hell of a victory and hell of a night.
Yeah, big shout out to him. But you want to talk about somebody who knows how to use the antics to get under your skin in order for you to want to buy a ticket to their fight or buy the pay-per-view, and you buy it because you want to see them lose. One of the greatest of all time at that was Floyd Money Mayweather. And we know that Mayweather, we talked about on the show last week, that Mayweather and Mike Tyson are going to be having a fight, I think, in the Congo, an exhibition bout between the two of them. And then shortly thereafter, there was a rumor that Floyd was going to come out of retirement. You know, he's 50-0, retired back in 2017 when he defeated Conor McGregor in his 50th win. And you and I talked on the phone, either it was yesterday or the day before, and you had the best idea, and I thought this is what he was doing. You were saying, hey, think about Floyd and Bud Crawford. Like, that's a hell of a fight. You know, someone's must go. Money match, both retired, coming out of retirement. I was like, man, that's the fight to make. But then Netflix announced today that we're getting a rematch from 10 years ago. 10 years ago, we're going to see the rematch between Floyd Money Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao at the Sphere in Las Vegas this September. Granted, hopefully they all make it there healthy. Who knows what's going to happen to the Congo with Floyd? Mike gets a hold of him. No, all jokes aside, I want to see this fight happen, because one of the big what ifs was, are we ever going to see them fight? And then they did, and it was a little lackluster. And Manny Pacquiao, of course, had a torn rotator cuff. What are your thoughts on Floyd coming out of retirement and this being his first official fight back after the Mike fight?
Manny Pacquiao, 47 years old.
Yeah.
Floyd what? 47, 48?
He's got to be close. I'm going to look it up.
You know, didn't we just have this conversation? Pretty much.
Guess what? He turns 49 tomorrow. Floyd
49,
Mayweather.
49 years old. These two old guys. We were just talking about Ronda Rousey, right? Yeah. And her coming back at 39, and then her opponent, Gina Carano, at 42.
Yeah.
And we were saying, man, come on, man. You know, that's what we were saying. Now, I'm not gonna diss this fight or anything like that. I mean, would I want to see it? I think so. I mean, I will watch this fight, Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao. I mean, both of these guys, it's still a score to settle. It's still a score to settle more than anything. And both of these guys pretty much have been doing the same thing since they've gotten out of the game, and that's have these exhibition fights. Manny Pacquiao, he's been doing the same thing.
Mhm.
He's had a few of these exhibition fights, and he's fared very well. And Manny Pacquiao still look real sharp, man. He still look real sharp, So for me, I think the way Floyd went out with an undefeated record, and Manny Pacquiao was so close to being, in that same realm as far as undefeated. He's a hell of a champion, no matter how you look at him. I think those guys running it back one more time, just for the sake, if perhaps Floyd beat Manny Pacquiao convincingly, I think that would motivate him even more to want to do one more, perhaps, with Bud Crawford. So it's still not out of the picture. It's not out of the equation.
No, I think it's still could be likely. Is it less likely now that he's going to fight Manny? Maybe a little bit, but I think that this is actually a really interesting fight because Manny's been more active more recently, even at a competitive level. I guess it's been 5 or 6 years since that Keith Thurman fight that we saw in Las Vegas, and he's had some wins since then. And he's a couple losses. He lost to?
And put an exclamation point on that Keith Thurman fight.
Yeah,
he went out there and beat that boy like he stole something. I'm serious. Like
one-sided affair.
Like he said something about his mama. I'm serious, dog. It was one-sided all night long.
Yeah, and so for Manny to be still that competitive, and that was when he was 40. Now it's been some time since then, and Father Time waits for no man, as you famously say. But I like the matchup. I do. I think they're the same age. They've had a similar layoff. They've done the exhibition fights. I'd like to see it, man. But can you imagine Floyd coming out of retirement at 50-0, rematch with Manny Pacquiao, and then if he loses, what he must feel like?
Well, it's according to how much money he got.
That's true. They're going to make so much money on this fight.
The check sometimes it make you feel a whole lot better about things. I mean,
well, let me ask you this. Is this a bigger money fight? Is Floyd Pacquiao 2 bigger than Floyd versus Bud Crawford would be?
No.
Is this a bigger money fight?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I don't think so. I mean, me personally, I don't think so. I think Bud and Floyd, that's, like Rocky Balboa's like story. That's that's a movie.
Yeah.
That's old line versus like when he fought Tarver, Rocky 6, right? Or 5,
Yeah.
or which one was
6.
5? 6. Yeah. That's what that is. That's a movie. And the thing is, would Floyd have the, the ability, the skill set to be able to go out there and withstand that young man, Bud, what, 37?
Yeah.
38, by the time that fight would happen. But it would be the dynamics of that fight right there, because both of those guys right there, undefeated, 2 undefeated fighters. You know what I mean? From 2 different eras. Oh my God. Yeah. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it seems like it would be an obvious one to predict. I feel like Bud would, walk away with it personally. Floyd in his prime, it's a different thing, but they're both really defensive fighters. And Bud's so dynamic.
I don't know, man.
What we saw him against Canelo.
That's the thing. We don't know. We don't know how much Floyd has deteriorated. We don't know. Because the only thing we've seen from Floyd is win, no matter what. We saw what he did to that Japanese kid. You know what I mean? He went over there and dusted that boy off to where the kid started crying in the ring. You know what I mean?
That was actually, all respect to that young fighter who I think was a kickboxer. That was one of the funniest things I've ever seen. Because he was like 22, and his corner hyped him up. Like, you're gonna go out there, you're gonna do this. Man. You're gonna defeat Floyd. He's an old man. You're a young lion.
I don't know if you saw it, but the funniest part was right before the fight, the Yakuza boss came out with flowers and just threw them at Floyd's feet. And Floyd bent down and picked the flowers up and was like, I'm finna go dust this boy off just for that. I swear to God, it was so disrespectful. I don't know if you ever saw that.
I did not see that.
It was so disrespectful. It was like a Yakuza boss. You know what I mean? He just came in with the flowers and he just threw them down the floor at his feet. Like it is, and what it's called is a presento. They do that all the time. They normally come and give you flowers and give you a gift to you. But this time, I guess this guy was letting Floyd know, look, you ain't welcome here. Yeah. You need to get on the plane quickly as you possibly can after this is over.
Better have your bags by the door like you're working heel in Puerto Rico, right?
Just go straight from the ring to the plane. Don't stop. Don't stop. No stoppies. You know, no. I'm serious. Hey, man. Hey, we got to pay some bills, man. Think about it, hey, guys. I got to thank a couple of guys. Here inside the Hall of Fame. We come back. Stick around. We'll be back in a minute. Let me ask you something, Brad. What's one money lesson you wish you learned way earlier in life?
Oh, man, BT, I wish I learned about budgeting. No questions. Just understanding where your money goes before it disappears. And now, if you've got kids or teenagers, you're trying to pass those lessons down while juggling everything else.
Exactly. Parenting already comes with a million moving parts. The last thing you want is money stress adding to that chaos.
And that's where Cash App comes in, especially for parents with teens.
For all the parents out there with teenagers, we know you're already trying to keep a million different things under control. Cash App is here to help you make sure your teens' money and their spending isn't adding to that craziness.
Cash App is designed to meet teens aged 13 to 17 where they are with intuitive educational tools. Available through sponsorship by an eligible parent or guardian, teens can gain access to a personalized Cash App card that comes in different colors and patterns to fit their style, and the ability to instantly access money from their family and friends. Cash App makes managing money feel easier and honestly just cooler than the other options out there.
The platform also has tools that can help develop real-world financial habits in a space that's safe and easy to navigate, all with your oversight and approval.
If your teen is getting their first job, Cash App can give them access to their paychecks up to 2 weeks early and can help them achieve personalized saving goals that they can set themselves all within the app. With Cash App, these tools become something they'll actually want to use because they were designed with them in mind.
Finally, no one wants unnecessary surprises. With Cash App, there are no monthly fees, no minimum balance required, and no hidden charges when sending or receiving money.
With the Cash App card, you and your teen's balances receive 24/7 fraud monitoring. If there's ever something that feels off, you have the ability to lock their card right from your phone in just one tap.
Skip the stress and give your teen a way to learn financial responsibility with no hidden fees. Download Cash App and get started today.
For a limited time, new Cash App customers can earn $10 if they use code FAMILY10 in their profile at sign up and send $5 to a friend within 14 days. Terms apply.
Cash App is a financial service platform, not a bank. Banking service provided by Cash App's banking partners.
Prepaid debit cards issued by Sutton Bank, member FDIC.
Direct deposit promotions provided by Cash App, a Block Inc. brand.
Visit cash.app/legal/ Matt Damon. Matt Damon. Obviously, everyone knows Matt Damon.
Yeah, Knobs beat him up.
Allegedly. Yeah, allegedly Knobs.
That's a true story. That's not allegedly.
Knobs actually... Okay, wait, hold on. So I was about to go somewhere else, but we'll get back to the Matt Damon story about Avatar. I've always heard this. They were at some bar where? In Boston?
Somewhere. I can't remember where it was.
And Matt Damon happened to be there, and the Nasty Boys and some of the other boys were there. And what, he and Knobs... What happened? What happened?
Look, I don't know exactly what happened, but my brother was there. Knobs beat up Matt Damon in the bar. And the thing is, they probably didn't know who Matt Damon was. Knobs and Sags, probably didn't know who Matt Damon was. Matt Damon was just a kid back then. He was just getting started. You know what I mean? So it wasn't like he was the same guy that played Django. Oh, that was Leonardo DiCaprio, right?
Yes.
Well, you know, they both look kind of alike.
Welcome inside the Hall of Fame. Now, can you dig that?
You dig it, sucker?
You are listening to the Hall of Fame. Here's Booker T and Brad Gilmore.
Out. When you come to the WWE, this is what you're going to have to face right here. It's the GI Bro.
Well, let me tell you something, Steve, baby. I've been noticing all these big guys like the Super Collider, the Warrior, this Thor. Well, let me... First things first, man. I got a new haircut. Would you like to see it, man?
I want to see. All right.
GI Bro. GI Bro is my name. And beating people up is my game. Look in my eyes. Everybody in the WWE, I just want you to know one thing. The GI Bro is ready, willing, and able to take on all comers in the WWE. That means everybody. Thor, Cherokee Warrior, Super Collider, mainly because I seen what you did. You came out, you tore the sign up, you ripped it out of my little private's hand, and you stripped it in two, man. That's something you don't do. You don't mess with my little privates, man. It's a war. Let me tell you, when I get you in the square circle, when I get you in the combat zone, when I get you in the ganking zone, that's when I'm going to declare World War III on you and take you clean out on the team, man. Ah!
Confidence. We've been training long and hard. Ability. Anybody, anywhere, anytime.
Can you dig it? Houston, get ready to rumble with the Hall of Fame on ESPN Radio.
That's right, Booker. We're bringing the heat Tuesday through Friday right here on the Houston airwaves on 97.5 and 92.5.
We've got the exclusive scoop on wrestling, boxing, and everything in between.
Join us for the smackdown of sports talk and don't miss a moment of the action.
The Hall of Fame. Now, can you dig that? Sucker!
Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame. Brad Gilmore alongside Booker T here on ESPN Radio.
Oh, yeah.
We got to shout out all the people who checking us always out here in the Hall of Fame. And Book, well, before we went to break, you were talking about a couple of people who gave you some shout outs. And I thought, look, it'd be best if we actually put these two people in context. And so I actually found the clips of both of these gentlemen. I guess we'll start with the most recent one first. So I'm going to play this. This is from today on First Take. This was Trick Willie talking about BT.
He trained with us at NXT. He's the head commentator at NXT, and took me under his wing and said, "Hey, man, approach the game like this. See this coming a mile away." And Booker T has been a huge inspiration and role model, hands-on, in my career here in the WWE. So it's been awesome.
Oh, that's Trick Williams. Trick Williams talking about BT. There's a clip from him on SportsCenter with Stephen A. Smith this morning. So what did that mean to you, BT?
Nah, man, it make me feel good. Like I always say, to stay relevant these days, it may take somebody else, some young cat that's out there shining, doing their thing. And Trick right now doing his thing, man. He's doing a hell of a job, too, as far as understanding what the business is about. I told Trick a long time ago, you know how to be the best wrestler to be the best wrestler. You know what I mean? And he's definitely taken that advice and run with it. Getting to see a young guy out there that's, paying homage to kind of like, the way I did it, but up in the game, even more so. That's what I love about it as well, to see Trick Williams be able to go on and, win the World Heavyweight Championship, man. That's gonna be something for that young man. There again, who took it very, very serious as far as the do's and don'ts about the business. The before and after. And if you want to get that advice, we'll be talking about that here in a little bit. As far as fantasy camp goes, going down March 21st, we'll talk about that if you want to learn the ins and outs, to do's and don'ts. But no, that's what it just lets me know that I did my job a long time ago, because Trick was watching me. Now I'm still doing my job, trying to guide these young men, in the right direction, make them avoid those landmines at the same time, and still be a part of what they're doing. And I always say, a lot of times, you're old school, right? You're old school. But a lot of things work in the old school still work today. And to see Trick be able to go out there and understand what that means, man, it's really, really incredible.
Man, look, Trick's one of those guys. When I, first saw him, on NXT, he was kind of playing the backup to Carmelo Hayes. But it was one of those guys where once you heard him talk, you go, "Ooh, okay." Like you knew that he could be something when you just heard him talk. And him out there with he's the anointed one with his lemon pepper steppers. I think he called himself the sexiest superstar in the WWE this morning on First Take, something along those lines. He just understands it. He just gets it at a whole different level than a lot of guys. And his comfortability in his promos is what stands out to me more than anything. Just the way and his entrance. When you get your full character across during that walk, and you already can tell who this guy is when he walks out the curtain, man, that's so hard to achieve. And he does that at a high level.
It's great music too, the horns, the high horn, the trumpet. Man, it's such a great instrument. Dun, 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 dun. That's Michael Jackson right there. And I tell you, that's what I remember more than anything about the Jacksons was the high horn, man. That high horn always made you feel a certain way. And for Trick to have that, at his disposal in his interest, man, is so freaking awesome. I swear, every time I hear it, it make me feel a certain way, his interest, just the music, just the horns, so nah, man, Destiny, go back and listen to Destiny, guys. That's the Jackson 5. I'm serious. Yeah.
What was the song that we used to end the show with back in the day from the Destiny album? It was the Jackson 5 song. Bump, 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 bump.
Can you feel it? Can you feel it?
Can you feel it? Can you feel it? But it had the horns in it too.
Yeah.
I love that song. Now that wasn't the only person though who gave you a shout out this week. A never seen 17, a man who just retired in December of last year, 2025, did a interview on the O'Shea Jackson Jr.'s podcast.
Yeah.
And he and his guy TJ, I believe his name over there, is a great co-host. I actually listen to their show sometimes. They've had some good guests, but they did 2+ hours with John Cena. His first interview outside of the one he did with Cody Rhodes after retirement, especially at this length. And he shared some stuff, and I'm going to play a clip. This is John Cena.
I'm one of the last of the improvisational performers.
Yeah.
And I'm out now, so I guess I'm out. But
the last real champion, right?
Yeah. The way I was taught by the guys who mentored me, Booker T's of the world, especially Shakespeare, Booker T, is like, listen, plan your finish from the comeback on. And in the beginning section, you're just trying to get the audience to a point where they want to see you come back, where they want to see you, without lack of a better term, hulk up. A lot of performers say, all right, we got 5 minutes. You take one. We got a 3-minute finish. And you'll see a lot of, like, this is way inside baseball, but no contest wrestling. So who cares? You'll see a lot of bump and feeds to no noise. I'll bomb some nights, so I'll be making the comeback to no noise, but it ain't because of lack of trying. But what I do, if we have a 35-minute match and I want to do a 15-minute finish, I'll take that 20 minutes to just listen. And a lot of the times I'm calling the pace of the guys, and it's by design. We'll start out quick and then go more methodical, because if the geography and everything's right, you'll see me. I never turned heel, but I worked with intent with some guys.
Yeah, on there.
And those were all the real tweeners.
Boom. John Cena laying down the psychology in the game. That was on No Combat Wrestling with O'Shea Jackson. Oh, excuse me, No Contest Wrestling with O'Shea Jackson Jr. and TJ Jefferson on ESPN and Rich Eisen Productions. But yeah, John Cena saying he was the last of the improv guys. Maybe Randy might be one of the last ones now, last of the Mohicans, but was taught by you. And he mentioned the Shakespeare line, which I know is y'all's kind of code word to one another. But I'm going to tell you right now,
Randy, he's going to be talking about me too. He's gonna be talking. He's gonna be talking about, what he learned from me in his first real contest with Booker T, and I'm sure it was a boatload of knowledge in one night for that young man because I definitely put him to the test. But nah, John Cena was one of my pupils, man. He was one of my guys that I tested weekly. I tested John Cena weekly, and he would pass those tests. He would always pass the test every time. He didn't ask a whole lot of questions. He just went out there and listened, followed, knew when he had the keys, and knew when he was driving. And it was such a easy time teaching John Cena how to really perform. And I was glad I had a hand in working with John Cena and like showing him like some of the tricks to the trade, because I knew he was the guy that they were grooming. I knew he was the guy that they were planning on being the golden boy, to be the next guy. And I just wanted to see exactly how much I could instill in John Cena and how much he was receptive to taking it. For me, what was so awesome, because he was the star. He was, but I was acting like I was the guy in the ring, doing all the real magic. But I knew exactly what I was doing was teaching John, and then I saw him learning. Man, that's what was really cool, watching John Cena learn. Everything he did was unconventional. It wasn't like, the guys that learned in the wrestling school, because I didn't want him to do it like the guys in the wrestling school. I didn't need that. I needed him to be able to act and react properly. And I swear, man, he picked that part up very well. And I saw so much of it here in his retirement, matches. I saw so much of that Shakespeare that, him and I used to talk about all the time. What are we doing tonight, Book? What do you want to do? I'm like, Shakespeare, bro. I'd see you in the ring. But I appreciate John Cena for putting that out there, man. I really do, because, I need people to know about my training prowess. I need people to know that, I teach a psychology and a philosophy. I don't teach professional wrestling. I'm not a professional wrestler. I'm a former dancer. I was with this acclaimed group called the Remote Controls back in the day, and we was bad. I was a drum major in school, and I used to watch a lot of movies, and so I teach a drama like type of professional wrestling, but it has to be real, it has to be raw, it has to be gritty, and that takes me to March 21st, Fantasy Camp, guys. Going down at the Walker, Texas Lawyer Arena, right there at 9300 Emmett F. Lowry Expressway. Right now it's just the 21st, and we got about 15 people signed up already.
Hell yeah.
It's the 21st. We still got a month away, pretty much. But guys, sign up. Go to realityofwrestling.com. Sign up. March 21st is going to be Fantasy Camp, starting at 12 noon, going to 5 p.m. If you thought about being a professional wrestler, if you wondered, what it was like being a professional wrestler, you get a shot that day to experience what it's truly like to be a professional wrestler, right there with myself and my team, putting you through the racket. I know it's called Reality of Wrestling, but this right here, it's going to be as reality as you possibly can believe. It's going to be as real as you possibly can believe. So guys, don't think it's going to be easy or anything like that. Don't think this is going to be a cakewalk or anything like that. Reality of Wrestling's Fantasy Camp is about testing yourself, seeing exactly how far you. And the thing is, sometimes you don't even know how far you can go unless you get pushed a little bit. All right. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to push you to your limit. March 21st, Fantasy Camp at Reality Wrestling. Don't miss out. Don't get shut out, because it's going to be on like a steaming pot of neck bones cooking. Hey, man, we got to take a break. Stick around. You're in the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a minute. Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your boy, Booker T. And before we get rolling today, man, this message right here is sponsored by Raycon.
That's right, Book. Raycon's everyday earbuds have officially become the go-to gift for this holiday season. They sound great. They look great. They last all day long and then some with 32 hours of battery life.
Yeah, dog. And that's no cap, man. These things are built for real life, and I wear mine all the time, and they stay in place. They don't fall out, and they're comfortable as can be. Over 4 million people already got a pair, man. And if you've been curious, now is the time. Oh, yeah.
You're right, BT, because here's the deal. Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Raycon is giving up to 30% off all products. It's perfect for gifting. And if you're like me, you're going to keep a couple pairs for yourself.
You know me, man. I love my gadgets, man. And these everyday earbud classics are loaded with upgrades. You got that active noise cancellation, multi-connectivity, and you can hook up to 2 devices at once. And they got that ergonomic fit. Stay put no matter what you're doing, man. Oh, yes.
And the colors, I love them. I'm rocking with that cool mint, but they also got blush violet. They got matte black. They got all kinds of different options. It's not just earbuds. It's an accessory that matches your vibe.
And get this, you can quick charge these bad boys. 10 minutes get you 90 minutes of playtime. 32 hours total with the Case Plus awareness mode. I love it, man. You can use it when you walking the dog. You know, me and Rover, we do it all the time, and you can still hear everything going on around you. That's a game changer. Oh, yes, man.
Yeah, man, I actually use these every day, and I mean it. I use this. Booker uses this. We all use Raycon, so you should use them too. Over 3 million people have already got them, man. 3 million, 4 million, 5 million. It's going to keep on coming. And they come with a 30-day happiness guarantee. So if you don't love them, no worries. Easy return.
That's right, dog. Nothing to lose, but everything, and I mean everything to gain.
So don't wait. Raycon is going big for Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Everything's up to 30% off. Just click the link in the description or go to buyraycon.com/Booker. That's buyraycon.com/Booker, Booker, and save on Raycon audio products site-wide.
Boom. Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame, guys. Getting ready to wrap this thing up here in a bit. What do you want to wrap it up with? What do you want to go home with?
Well, I will say that this week we talked about the fantasy camp. Also on Saturday, we have a Hall of Fame on ESPN for the Elimination Chamber, which will be from 5 to 7 Central Time. So definitely check your local listings. Tune in with me, BT, our guy Josiah Howard on the 1s and 2s. I'm sure we're going to have some special guests joining us to talk about that Elimination Chamber. And then on Sunday are the annual Rewards event, which also shares a special day with somebody else. I believe they're turning another year around the sun on the same day. So definitely don't miss out on that. Don't get shut out this Sunday.
Yeah. Hey, man, it's going to be good. It's going to be real good, man. I'm looking forward to Rewards, something that's near and dear to our hearts at Reality Wrestling, to have our own award ceremony and then to it be under the Rewards banner, something that I created myself. Not the rewards, but the row portion of it. Everybody thought I was crazy when I created Reality Wrestling. No one thought, it was why Reality Wrestling? Why do we got to just say Reality Wrestling? Because it means something to me. It means something. Well, why we can't say what was it? ROW. We don't ever want to hear ROW around row. Okay, it's for a reason. And then I look at us now, Reality Wrestling. It's amazing. So to be a part of Rewards, we're gonna tape that. Of course, you guys are gonna be able to see that, and hopefully you'll like it. As far as what we do from our perspective, from an independent wrestling perspective, paying respect to our men and women out there that's working so hard. I mean, I talk about, WrestleMania and making that journey, from WrestleMania all the way 364 days to that next WrestleMania. Man, it's the hardest thing in the world. All right. It's the hardest thing in the world to stay in shape, stay, injury free, go out and try to have bangers, every night. It's such a hard thing, and it's no different on the independent scene. Man, our guys and our girls at Reality Wrestling, they're working year round, day in and day out, trying to get to that next level. So there again, we appreciate every one of our stars at Reality Wrestling, and we're going to pay them respect at the Road Awards, and I can't wait.
No, I can't wait either. I think it's going to be. Look, I had a lot of fun last year. I know I got some heat with the boys for my opening monologue, which is I plan on doing that again, and and maybe we can't air certain portions of it. Who knows? But the Road Awards are always fun, man. And you know what's so funny is when you say that, my skin does crawl when I hear ROW. When I hear somebody say ROW, it does make my skin crawl. And if somebody, I've been interviewed several times where somebody's asking me about reality wrestling and they'll call it ROW. I go, whoa. It's reality wrestling or row. Yeah, I can't hear that. It just like it's like nails on a chalkboard to me. And I guess that's also from being the announcer, right? Like I want to make sure that it's always said correctly. But man, I'll tell you what though, Elimination Chamber this Saturday. I feel like we talk about this every year, but it's worth mentioning. I think WWE just put something out about the first Elimination Chamber again, as they always do. Of course, you competed in that match alongside several of the greats. Shawn Michaels, Y2J, RVD, Kane, Triple H, and yourself, all in that inaugural Elimination Chamber match 24 years ago, Book, and people are still talking about it. You know what? They talk about that Elimination Chamber match the same way they talk about the Miracle on Ice in hockey, which the Boys of 1980, which is a great documentary on Netflix, by the way, but also got to give a shout out to our Olympic hockey team. They went and did it. They went and did it first time in 46 years.
And you see the guy get hit right in the mouth with the hockey stick.
Huge, yes.
Oh man, just knocked his teeth right out and everything. It was just ugly, man. But he didn't even sell it. It was like Mick Foley in Germany when he got his ear tore off. And the guy comes back, Michael Capetta, Gary Michael Capetta, he comes back and he's got Mick Foley's ear and he goes, I think I got Mick Foley's ear in my hand. and Mick Foley looks at him and go, baby. I go, I'm in the wrong business. I gotta get out of this. But no, man, that's the way that kid was, man. He's selling it all, man. And then to come back and win it. It's amazing, man. Amazing, man. Cinderella story. Unbelievable.
Cinderella story, unbelievable for sure. Shout out to the U.S. men's and women's hockey team.
Yeah, the women. You know what? The women did it so sweet too. Oh,
smooth.
I mean, that crossover, it was like Iverson on ice. It was sweet, dog. I swear to God, that's exactly what it reminded me of. It was like Iverson crossover on ice. You know, and it was just perfect, you know. So, man, big ups to the ladies, man. Big ups.
Yeah, shout out to both teams for bringing home the gold for the U.S. and beating Canada in both of those matches. You know, Canada's known for their hockey teams, obviously. So good that we were able to get that done. Now, when you go to the Elimination Chamber, we have it this weekend. Obviously, we're going to be breaking down a lot in our show on Saturday. But this is one of the super chats that I want to get to, and we'll start taking our super chats here. So D'Angelo Brown 87 said, "Who's in the mystery box for the Elimination Chamber?" I think that for those who don't know, Adam, what's the GM's name? Oh man,
Pierce.
Yes, Pierce. He had a box delivered backstage on Monday Night Raw that said, "Do not open till 2/28." Which is the date of Elimination Chamber. It looked like a man-sized box. Who do you think the mystery person is, Book? Do you have any guesses?
No, I don't.
I have none. You know,
I don't write the show, guys. I'm not an insider or anything like that where I would know who perhaps it would be, because I'm not even thinking like that. Especially, not for the main roster. I'm thinking about that for NXT, perhaps, because I'm there on a weekly. But for the main roster, I'll be hoping it would be someone, maybe like a Zilla Fatu. But other than that, I'm not thinking about any. I just threw that out there.
I like how you threw that. Now the internet's gonna be like, "Oh, what is he talking about? What is he talking about? Zilla? Does he know something?"
So yeah. So we'll see. We'll see who it is.
We'll have to find out. And the other thing that's interesting though that made me laugh on Raw, because I sat and watched the whole show last week, and one of the things that made me laugh a little bit was they've had this masked man attacking the Vision, right, over the last several weeks, and they really want you to think it's Seth Rollins because he's doing the stomp and all the stuff like that, and perhaps it will be. I don't know, but they have the mystery man angle to open the show, and then the next segment is the mystery box segment right after that.
I'm like, man, this is just like a whole this is turned into Clue. You know what I mean? Who did it in the ring with the candlestick? Was it Colonel Mustard? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It made me laugh that it's a bunch of mysteries now on
Yeah,
Monday Night
yeah.
Raw.
Is it mystery and good or mystery bad?
Well, you know what? We'll have to, on the cameras, brother, it's mystery great. But when the cameras go off, brother, it's another story, brother.
Okay.
This one comes from Elijah's in 97. Professional. Hey, Booker and Brad, why do you think Stephanie McMahon doesn't wrestle anymore? Well, she was never really a wrestler. She would do it on certain occasions, right? Former women's champion, for what it's worth. Had a great match with Ronda Rousey and her husband against Kurt Angle and Ronda when they tagged, and had a good one against Brie Bella, I believe, at a SummerSlam. But she never really was a active wrestler.
Sometimes it just comes times to move on, you know what I mean? Especially in things change in life, you got enough money, you know what I mean? You don't feel it. And a lot of times when you're doing it, like, in that stage where Steph was actually like in ring doing stuff, I'm sure she was doing it and having fun doing it. Now in a different stage in life, it's not as fun, especially when you got all that money. Just sit back, man, and enjoy the ride and watch everybody else do podcasts like me.
She does a great podcast, by the way. A great podcast. She had AJ Styles on, which, by the way, tonight on Monday Night Raw, they are dedicating the show to the phenomenal one, AJ Styles, because they are in Atlanta, GA. Yeah. And so they'll be dedicated to AJ Styles and his career after he just recently retired at the Royal Rumble. Now, last couple questions before we get out of your book. Mike Woodson 2085 said, Lord have mercy. Mayweather versus Pacquiao 2 for September. Where's Gunther at when you need him to retire someone? And my girl Clarissa Shields with the big win.
Yeah, Clarissa Shields went out there. Man, she was in a war though, man. Old girl was coming at her hard. Even though she won just about every round, but it was a rough fight for her. But one thing about Clarissa, man, she's a bulldog, man. She's gonna bite down on that mouthpiece. She's gonna throw hands. We're talking about that jab, that right hand, footwork, everything. Clarissa is truly the GOAT. She truly is the greatest woman boxer I think that we've ever seen. I mean, of course, Layla Ali was good, but what Clarissa Shields have done from the Olympics all the way to the professional ranks, she's unstoppable. She really is. She's unstoppable. So big up to Clarissa going out there and wrecking shop.
Let's see. We have a couple more here. Antonio says, what's Charlotte to do at WrestleMania? It's been teased so many times, Flair versus Jade, but just the way they cross paths, it's so powerful, but she didn't make it in the Elimination Chamber. Yes, Charlotte Flair did not qualify. Her partner, Alexa Bliss, did, which I think is strange. So I think there might be something there, right? Because there's been some brouhaha between them a little bit. I don't know. And Tiffany Stratton's in the chamber too. I don't know if you have a fatal four-way at WrestleMania where it's Tiffany, Alexa, Charlotte, and Jade. That could seem possible for me, but I don't know. Because you want Charlotte and Alexa on the show.
Yeah, you want Charlotte and Alexa on the show, but you definitely want to get Charlotte in the primetime spot. And that primetime spot would be with Jade Cargill. I don't know. I don't know where that feud is going. I don't know if they trying to string it out a little bit more, you know what I mean? Because we got something planned, for Mania that we want to do, and we just don't want to mix up too many things at one time. That could definitely be the case in this matter. But I definitely I definitely see them somehow trying to round about back to that angle somehow, some way. I don't know how. But if it's some smart people working in the office, I think that's what they're trying to do.
I'm right there with you. And then our last one is a wrestling historian. It says, during your second best of 7 series with Chris Benoit in 2006, you unfortunately got injured. What was the original plan if that didn't happen? Thanks. Were y'all going to run it back, same WCW style, where you kind of did the draw and then you went to another one, or?
I don't know, but I was going to win it.
I was going to be the guy.
I don't know.
I mean,
It was going to be a clean sweep. I was going to get 4 in a row.
I ended up winning it without even being in it.
Yeah, that's true.
Randy finished it for me. I still walked out with the glory. Actually, I told Randy, and I remember that promo. I go, Randy, get this done for me. I might get the championship, but you'll get all the glory.
Okay, you know what? I have to ask you this before we wrap. And I know we're going a little long, but I have to ask you this because there's a promo that's been making the rounds again on social with you. I think because we were talking about the commentary stuff last week, the famous TNA promo of you beating everybody up and doing your own commentary went viral again. But then there was another one of Kevin Nash. Y'all are in the Main Event Mafia at the time, and Kevin is cutting this real serious promo, and he's like, "There's 3 things that mean a lot in wrestling. The money, the power, and the respect." And you kept in the background going, respect.
Yeah.
Respect. And in your accent that you were doing at the time, what the hell was that about?
I don't know.
Were you trying to pop him or something? Because he no-sold it. He no-sold it.
I don't know what I was doing. Respect got real hot though for a minute around there, bro. It got real hot.
People were saying it?
Yes, respect was one of the hot tickets going around for a while in TNA. But I don't know why I was saying it, man. Main Event Mafia, we was all about respect, That's what it was. Yeah, that's what it was about,
Respect.
I don't know what I was thinking. Like I say, no one gave me a filter. I get so much heat, and I know we're going over, but I get so much heat. I was just looking at some comments because they had put something on social media about Booker T's TNA career and what did people think about it. And so many people think, I really didn't, do that great of a job in TNA. But then some people think, man, he really did some really, really good stuff. And the thing is, I know I really did some good stuff. And you've heard me say I really felt like I could have worked a lot harder in TNA.
Yeah.
But I've, not to, my doing or anything like that or wanting, nobody in that company at that time really, like I say, gave me any direction and say, hey, Book, we want you to go this way. Hey, don't give me the accent, Book. We don't want that. No one ever came to me and told me, hey, Book, we're doing this. So I was kind of like just floating, and I was like, man, what am I doing here? So I got frustrated with TNA, and that's the real reason I really didn't give a 100% effort. So I just want people to know that that's the real story. That's the real story about Booker T, TNA.
Well, there you go. I thought you were fantastic, but respect had me laughing. It was.
I had a lot of great moments, man. Me and JB, we did a good promo too there. You got to see it one time when I just was talking to the wall and talking to myself. Just crazy.
You gotta do a TNA promo watch along one day.
We got to, man. We got to, seriously. But nah, man, I know we got to get out of here, man. I got to get ready for work tomorrow. NXT. It's going to be on, man. We got a hell of a show lined up. Don't miss out. Don't get shut out on the CW network. Don't miss it. Hey, man, but right now we got to get out of here. I want to thank everybody for stepping inside the Hall of Fame, getting your champagne wishes, caviar dreams, as well as Brad Gilmore, the man behind all the, the method behind all the madness. That's Brad. Appreciate you, dog. And until next time, guys, peace. We love you. We out.